Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Claudio Relsano TV. Well, today is part two of Things Can Happen in Life. August 19th, 1973, I was an 8-year-old kid going to my very first Pittsburgh Pirate game. My parents were from Italy. They weren't into baseball, they were into soccer. My mom was into soccer and boxing, and my dad was into boxing. So my uncle used to work at Three River Stadium in a place called the Allegheny Club, which was a restaurant inside of Three River Stadium. So he takes me up there, and I'm not expecting anything. I'm just going to a game, right? Then, as I get closer, I see this big, beautiful building, and that was Three River Stadium. And all of a sudden, things start kind of happening to me. I start feeling, so, wow, what a big, beautiful place that was, right? So we go inside and take the elevator, and I can still smell that scent of the elevator to this day. So again, 8-year-old kid, everything seems bigger to you then, but it was a big deal. So we get upstairs and go inside, and there's a beautiful Roberto Clemente picture in color to my right. And then I walk along there and through this hallway, and there's all of these pictures of former Pirates who I didn't even know who they were. And I saw a picture of Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and some former Steelers or current Steelers. It was just, I said, who are these people, right? Then make a left down the steps, and you look through the glass, and there's the beautiful green baseball field with all these orange and yellow seats and things like that. So, I really started I wasn't saying much. I was just soaking everything in. So then my uncle takes me downstairs to the locker rooms. And I see these guys in these bright white uniforms, if you remember the old pirate uniforms with the mustard colored hat. And they were joking around and fooling around. And again, I'm not saying hello to me. I didn't even know who these people were. I remember seeing a beautiful uniform number 25 to my left. And it's a wonder I don't wear 25 to this day. I wear 16, but I saw that number 25. And I was just mesmerized by that uniform and these players. And I didn't know who they were. So we go onto the baseball field. And we go through the hallways and up this ramp, right? And here comes a guy with these shin guards dangling from his shins. It was Manny Sanguian. So he starts talking to my uncle and things like that. Again, I don't know who he is. Then I kind of sneak out. I go into the field by myself. And it was about 10:30 in the morning. And there was nothing but grounds crew there, right? And I'm just looking at the scoreboard, and I'm looking at the seats, and looking at the stands, and the wall, and the turf, and something's happening to me. I was saying, "Wow, I really love this. I love the way I was feeling. I love this atmosphere," and again, mesmerized. Not saying a word, but my eyes had like toothpicks in them, like Pete Maravich used to say. And this is before the game even started. So I go watch the game and all that. They were playing the San Francisco Giants. So after the game, I get to go downstairs again. I'm asking for autographs. My uncle gave me a yearbook, which I still have, and I'm getting autographs from like Willie Stargell, Ramon Hernandez, guys like that. I'm Richie Hebner, Bill Verdon, and again, I'll use that word again, mesmerized. So I go home, not saying a word the whole way home. I get home, and I live in the same house I grew up in, feet from where I'm standing right now. My dad asked me if I had a good time. I said I did. I said, but I know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. He said, what's that? I said, I want to be in professional baseball. That's just the way I said it. I want to be in professional baseball. And he said, if that's what you want to do, then me and your mother will do everything we can to give you every opportunity in the world to make your dreams come true. He gave me a hug and a kiss, and that was it. He didn't say, yeah, okay, 8-year-old kid. No, he said, okay, if that's what you want to do, I'll work my tail off, give you every opportunity in the world to give you, again, the opportunity to make your dreams come true. My mom said, hey, if that's what you want to do, me and your dad will do everything we can, as long as you don't get hurt. And they both gave me a hug and a kiss, and they were supportive, always, 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 always. I can't say one bad thing about my parents. And there's an old Italian saying, if you ever see a turtle on top of a fence post, you know he didn't get there alone. Any of these awards, balls, trophies, or anything that has happened to me, if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to accomplish these things. But how things can happen. Let's go back to the game. The starting pitcher, his name was Jim Rooker that day. And Jim and I have become very good friends. He's done some scouting for our company. And I play in celebrity golf tournaments with Jim. The first baseman, his name was Al Oliver. Al and I are friends. Al and I have been inducted into the same Hall of Fame a few years ago, Steel City Sports World Hall of Fame. The second baseman, his name was Rennie Stennett. Unfortunately, he passed away last year. Terrific, terrific guy. Rennie and I became friends, and Rennie invited me to the 1979 Pittsburgh Pirate reunion event and party. And boy, what a special date that was. And I'll tell you more about that another time. The left fielder's name was Willie Stargell, and I was fortunate enough to win a Willie Stargell Lifetime Achievement Award. The pitcher on the opposing team was Juan Marichal. I signed Juan Marichal's, I believe it was his nephew, to a professional baseball contract years ago. Now, if you would have told me back then, 8-year-old kid, hey, little Claudio, come here. See that guy? See this guy? Who I thought were bigger than life. But those guys are going to be your friends. You're going to win an award named after them, or you're going to play in a celebrity golf tournament with them, or you're going to sign his nephew relative to a pro baseball contract. I said, what are you talking about? You're crazy. But things can happen in life. That's why I tell people all the time, whenever I give a speech, this is one of the topics, how things can happen. There's nothing special about me, other than I was persistent. Yeah, I had some talent, but I was persistent. I didn't give up. I got knocked down, brushed myself off, got back up again, and I never gave up. And again, I had two extremely supportive parents through the climb up. But think about that, what I told you about Rooker and Stenton and Oliver, Stargell, Marichal. Those things did happen, and I became friends with those guys, or again, won awards years later. So things can definitely happen to you in life. Thank you for tuning in to Claudio Relsano TV.